Okay, hi B, hi Nee.
Hi, teacher.
Okay. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Nee?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so that's good to hear, Nee. We are going to carry on with the reading and vocabulary. I want to do the next vocabulary for you. We have finished the listening, okay? You're going to read and we have to choose the best answer. Just find it here. We are at number 27 now. Okay, let's read it. Can you see it or do I need to make it a little bit bigger? Make it a little bit bigger just for the reading. Okay. Oh, this is. Okay. All right, let's start. V, you can start reading.
Firstly, any night of the year, a person can look up at the sky and see the moon. The moon is Earth's only natural satellite. It takes slightly more than 27 days for it to orbit Earth, and it does so from a little more than 350 kilometers away. Despite being Earth's closest celestial neighbor, there is much about the moon that scientists do not know. For instance, no one is exactly sure when the moon was formed. Earth is estimated to have been created around 4.5 billion years ago. No later than 100,000 years after that, the moon was in orbit around Earth. Then the question remains, how did the moon form? There are several theories, but astronomers have thus far failed to prove any of them correct.
Okay, stop there, Nee.
The most widely accepted idea is the collision theory. It states that the moon forms when an object crashes into Earth. According to this hypothesis, when Earth was first created, it had no hypothesis. When Earth was first
created.
Earth was first created, it had no satellites, but at some point in time, an object approximately the size of Mars collided with Earth. The cause path of the planet to break off the largest path of eventually transformed into the moon. Another theory is that Earth and the moon formed at the exact same time billions of years ago. However, many astronomers discount this theory. They point out that Earth and the moon are composed of different substances. They claim that if the two bodies were formed at the same time, then they should be composed of the same material. Yes, as an example of their difference, the moon has much less iron than Earth does.
Good. Hi, Stock. Stock, you can read here. A third.
Third theory proposes who says that the moon from somewhere easy in the solar
solar system.
as its wander past Earth, it was captured by Earth's gravity and began to orbit the planet. For theory declares that when it first formed, Earth spun much more rapidly than is there at the present time.
Due to its swift rotation,
its swift rotation past the crust was stripped away from the planet and cast into space. This material then formed the moon. Each of them four material has its supported and destructors. Thus far, however, no astronomer has been able to prove one theory while disproving all of the
others. Good. Let me put us down here. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so we will be able to see it. Okay. What would be the best title for the passage? The best title for the passage. Now, who's sharing what now? Okay, you mustn't share your stuff. Okay, let's have a look. What is going on here? Let's try again. Okay, let me just page view, make it bigger. Okay, what is the best title for this story? V?
I think it's the theories on the creation of the moon.
Yes, because it's the theories on the creation of the moon, because the passage describes four different theories on how the moon was created. Okay, good. Nee, which of the following statements does paragraph 1 support?
I think it's B.
Do you think, okay, okay, there are paragraph 1. Okay, let's read paragraph 1 again. A person can look up at the sky and see the moon. The moon is Earth's only natural satellite. It takes slightly more than 27 days for it to orbit Earth. And it does so from a little more than kilometers away, despite being Earth's closest neighbor. There is much about the moon that scientists do not know. Okay, so the passage mentions that the moon is the Earth's closest celestial neighbor. So what's our answer? There's no natural objects that's closer to Earth than the moon. We're talking about natural objects, not man-made satellites. We're talking about natural objects. It's D. Okay, sock number 29. In line 9, the word estimated is closest in meaning to. Sock?
Yes. Estimate is closest in meaning to thought.
Closest meaning to the word. Estimate, not thought. Estimate. If I estimate something, what do I do? Nee, what do you think?
I think estimates is be determined.
Determined, okay. V, what do you think?
I think it's D, pressured.
Presumed. It's presumed. They presume it. It's presumed. Okay, we can do number 30 before I have to go up. Okay, number 30, V. In line 15, the phrase crashed into is closest in meaning to. When something crash. Closest meaning to. Does it hit you, pass you, interfered with you, or affect you? If something crash into you, if you're in the car and the other car crash into you, what did the car do? They
Hit, A.
hit you. Yes, they hit you. Good. They hit you. Okay, knee number 31. Here. Just down again. Which of the following is true regarding the collision theory? Which of the following is true regarding the collision theory? Okay, so here you can see
I think it's C.
it states that Earth once had multiple satellites. The passage notes the most widely accepted idea is the collision theory. The most widely accepted idea. What's the question? Which of the following is true? It states that the moon formed when an object crashed into Earth. According to this hypothesis, when Earth was first created, it had no satellite, but at some point in time, an object approximately the size of Mars collided with Earth. This caused part of the planet to break off. The largest part eventually transformed into the moon. So 31, your answer would be D. It is believed that the greatest number of astronomers. It is believed by the greatest number of everybody believes this. The greatest number of astronomers, people that works with astronauts, they believe this. It's a widely accepted idea. Accepted, that they all believe it. It's widely accepted. There. Widely accepted idea. Everybody believes this idea. Sock number 32. Why do many astronomers doubt that Earth and the Moon formed at the same time?
Because C.
C. Why do many astronauts doubt that Earth and the Moon formed? Okay, this passage reads, another theory is that Earth and the Moon formed at the exact same time, billions of years ago. However, many astronomers discount this theory. They point out that Earth and the Moon are comprised of different substances. They claim that if the two bodies were formed at the same time, then they would be composed of the same material. They are not. So the chances of two objects forming close together are small. Earth and Moon are formed of different materials. What's your answer, sweetie? Talk, what's your answer? What did he say, Nee? What was the Talk, what's your...
C.
No, it's not C, sweetie. The Earth and the Moon are formed of different materials. They say that. It's not the same here. They say it's formed there, composed of different substances. So they can't be formed or happened at the same time because it's different substances. Okay, V in line 25, the word proposes is closest in meaning to. It proposes. I'm going to put us up here so you can see it.
I think is a success.
It does, yes. According to the passage, no. When a person proposes a theory, that individual suggests that it may be true. Okay, so it suggests. Okay, let's go down to number 27. Let's do number 27, Nee. The line 27, the word it refers to.
A false theory.
What do you think, V? What does it refer to? Sock, you can also look. It. What are they talking about? They're talking about the moon and the earth. They say the earth formed somewhere, the moon formed somewhere else. As it wandered past the earth, it was captured by the earth's gravity, the planet. The fourth theory declares that when it was formed, earth spun much more rapidly and a piece broke off and the moon formed from that piece. So what are they talking about here? They're talking about the earth. It first formed, earth spun much more rapidly and something broke off and that formed the moon. So they're talking about earth in line 27. Earth, D. Look at your options there. Your options are the solar system, no. Planet, gravity, no. Fourth theory, no. They're talking about two things, earth and moon. There can only be earth because moon is not an option there. Okay, let's go down. Okay, V, you start reading again. We're going to stop here at number 42, and then we will go on to the vocabulary.
For thousands of years, humans survived by living as hunter-gatherers. Since they either grew their own crops nor raised their own animals, they lacked easy access to food supplies. Instead, they ate whatever animals they could hunt, trap, or fish, and whatever fruits, vegetables, grains, and nuts they could gather. In more recent times, the global food supply has increased greatly thanks to advanced farming methods. While there are still places on the earth where some people stay, it is no longer a major problem like it was in the past. In fact, in the developed world, starvation is a minor problem only experienced by a relatively small number of people. As a result of this excess of food, more and more people are becoming pickier about what they consume.
Consume, good. Okay, Ni, thus.
Thus, people have adopted a number of eating styles. This is especially true of individuals who live in the Western world. One of these movements is vegetarians. A vegetarian is an
It's
individual.
vegetarian. Vegetarian is those are people that they don't eat meat. Vegetarians only eat salad and vegetables and fruit. They don't eat meat.
A vegetarian is an individual who does not eat meat.
Yes.
Since most meat is high in protein, vegetarians must reply this lost nutrient by eating other types of food. For the most part, they can eat fish, soy products, and various kinds of beans to get nourishment they require. There are actually a wide variety of vegetarian lifestyles. Many individuals who opt for vegetarian diets have different standards of what they consider meat. For instance, some vegetarians for reviews to eat both beef and pork, but consume chicken and other poultry. Other vegetarians do not eat beef, pork, and poultry, but have no problem with fish and other types of seafood. There are some vegetarians who reject all kinds of meat and fish, but eat eggs, cheese, milk, butter, and other animal-based food products. Finally, there are a few
Vegetarians.
vegetarians who are so strict that they do not eat any kind of food that comes from an animal.
Good, yes. Sock.
For the most part, people choose the
Vegetarian lifestyle.
vegetarian lifestyle for two reasons. The first is that they believe eating meat is unhealthy. They claim that consuming meat can cause
Obesity. Obesity is when you get very fat.
obesity, heart
Heart disease.
disease, and other health problems. The second is that some people do not want to cause harm to any animals. They believe it is
Inhumane
to kill animals for food, so they do not eat meat as a ratio.
as a result. Good. Okay, Nee, which of the following is not mentioned as a method of obtaining food used by hunter-gatherers? Now, according to the passage, hunter-gatherers did not farm any grains.
What is grain?
Grains are your bread, your seeds, your bread. Those are grains. Since they neither grew their own crops nor raised their own animals, they lacked easy access to food supplies. Humans survived by living as hunter-gatherers. Instead, they ate whatever animals they could hunt. They didn't grow their own grains for food or pastas or stuff. Which of the following did they not mention? They spoke about trapping animals.
Fishing for animal.
They spoke about fish here, fish. They spoke about collecting fruits and vegetables, and animals. According to the passage, hunter-gatherers did not farm any grains. They did not farm any grains. B, in line 14, the word pickier is closest in meaning to. When I say I'm a picky person, or you are pickier than your brother, what does that mean?
Smarter, see?
No, smarter is with your brain, your head. I'm smarter than you. I know the answer, or I can get to the answer quickly, so I'm smart. When I'm a picky eater, I don't want to eat meat. I'm a picky eater. What do? I choose my food. I'm a picky eater. I choose my food. So I'm a choosier. You choose your food. I'm a pickier. You picky. You choose your food. Okay, Sock, what does the author imply about starvation? What does he say about starvation? Starvation means when you don't eat, when you are so hungry, you don't eat. Remember, V with number 36. People who are picky about food that they eat are choosy. Thus, pickier people are choosier people. Okay, so Sok, what does the author who wrote this piece say about starvation? Remember, this passage says, while there are still places on earth where some people starve, starve means they don't get food, it is no longer a major problem like it was in the past. So it can be inferred that many people suffer from starvation in the past. What does the author imply about starvation? They say, while there are still places on the earth where people starve, it is no longer a major problem like it was in the past. What do you think, Sak?
I can see.
What do you, okay, it says here, people often suffered from it in the past. They don't suffer from it anymore. Okay. Ni, in line 22, the phrase OPT, for, is closest in meaning to. Let me see if I can go down. In line 39. Oh man. Sorry, in line 22, not 39. In line 22.
What is A? Can you go up?
In line 22, the phrase opt for is closest in meaning. When people opt for vegetarian diets, they choose to eat that kind of diet, require it, prepare it, or abandon it. Abandon means lose. Opt means you choose it. Opt. You
A.
opt for something, then you choose it. Yes, it's A. When you opt for something, you choose it. V, number 40. Why does the author talk about vegetarian lifestyles? Now it says here, why does the author talk about vegetarian lifestyles? When writing about vegetarian lifestyles, the author mentions that many vegetarians have different standards of the kinds of food that they eat and will eat. Some will eat, some won't eat meat, but others won't eat any product from meat. So from the animal. So I'm a vegetarian and V is a vegetarian, but V won't eat meat, but she will eat eggs. I choose not to have eggs because it comes from an animal. I won't eat cheese because it comes from an animal, or butter. But V will. So he's saying that the vegetarians have different standards and different ops. They choose different things. Okay, V, look at number 40. Which one did you say?
I think it's B, to point out that there are several of them for people to follow.
Number 40. B, to point out that there are several of them for people to follow. There are several to follow. Okay, so inhumane. What does inhumane mean? Inhumane. Inhumane. What do you think inhumane means? Moni, you can also help. What do you think inhumane means?
I think it's be unclean.
Inhumane means cruel. Inhumane is cruel. It means cruel, to be cruel. A person who thinks it is inhumane to kill animals for food believes that killing the animals are cruel. That's why they are vegetarians, that we shouldn't kill animals. According to according to the passage, why do people become vegetarians? Can't hear you, Sak.
Chicken.
Number 42, Sak. A, B, C, or D?
B.
Yes, it's to avoid that. He's saying here, concerning why people become vegetarians, the author points out they claim that consuming meat can cause obesity, heart disease, and other health problems. So it's number B. Okay, good. Let's carry on. Now we're going to go down to the, I'll make it one page. I want to go up to the vocabulary. Okay, we stopped at